Introducing Southern Cross Television's NTFL broadcast partners. TIO, we're for Territorians. NAFLs, stop the fighting now. Kennard's Hire, make your job easy. De Silva Hebron, barristers and solicitors.
Hello and welcome to Southern Cross Television's coverage of round 14 of men's Premier League action here at TIO Stadium in Darwin. Cool yet slippery conditions here today with the monsoon hanging around at top of 29. We're in for a great matchup. The Waratahs, they're taking on St Mary's. The Waratahs come off a great upset win last weekend against the Tigers at Gardens Oval, able to perform a good four-quarter solid effort. The Saints, they're in the same boat. They held off a comeback by their traditional rivals in the Wanderers and kicking away in the final term. So if last week's matchup's anything to go by, we're in for a great one here today. To bring you all the action, we'll head over to our Southern Cross Television commentary team. Over to you, lads.
Thank you, Levi. Timmy Weatherall, thanks for joining us today. And Jimmy Driscoll, we'll start with you, Timmy. Take us through some of the ins and outs for the Saints.
Yeah, obviously a really important game for both sides here. Both sort of sitting on 6 wins, ties up with having that draw over Palmerston a few weeks ago. But yeah, today St Mary's has been missing through suspension Michael Coombs and Jared Casher, and luckily rubbed out for a few weeks, but the really strong side coming in with Jack Geary, Peter McFarlane, Anthony Wilson, Ryan Smith, and a debutant today in Braith Hodges. And
Jimmy, you are the NT Thunder Academy coach. Take us through young Braith, of course, who's the son of NT Thunder coach Andrew Hodges.
Yeah, he's got a bit more size than his old man in terms of height, but he's really steady down back, and just looking at him talk with Iggy Villacio earlier, he'll get a lot of support there, but he knows what he needs to do, and he plays his role really well.
Timmy, what way are you going, mate? Saints or Waratahs?
Yeah, well, Waratahs have been in probably almost the top form side of the competition. They've beaten Southern Districts, they've beaten St Mary's recently, they've beaten Nightcliff last week. They've got a pretty consistent sort of side. Not too many changes today. Abe Anchors comes back into the side to strengthen up that midfield. Only really missing little Jimmy Allen, who's only played a few games, and big Michael Newton up forward. But I think consistency is the thing for Waratahs at the moment, and yeah, I like to back them in today.
Yeah, Timmy was just having a look at Timmy Mosquito there. He looks pretty good. Always love watching that man go about it as some of the players are shaking hands and getting ready to do battle here at TIO Stadium. Of course, Saints and Waratahs both evenly played on the ladder, so handy game for both teams to win this. Must win heading into the finals.
Just on Timmy Mosquito, I don't think St Mary's can allow him to play loose behind the ball like he did last week, so we'll keep an eye on that one.
So it looks like Josh Cheek's going to Timmy, is it?
No, that's little Kimmy Cantor up forward, so he's there letting forward as well, so it'll be pretty important for Kimmy to kick a few goals today as well.
Okay, we're underway here at TIO Stadium as Smith wins the tap. Waratahs at ground level. Jack Geary just shoves someone out of the way. Umpire says play on, gets the kick out. Here's our first look at Braith now. Early touch, and it's a good one. Handball over the top. St Mary's, although it's smothered through Godden. And umpire's picked out a free kick here.
Yeah, good to see Sammy Godden back in the side. Played his first game last week after playing a lot of footy up here and moved down south. And yeah, he's a really important player for them today in the midfield.
So Westerberg forks one, heads long to the top of the square. St Mary's at ground level through Hugh McMurtry. Nice little kick over to Yaron.
It's interesting they're persisting with Bugle forward with Noodles, McFarlane in this week. I thought he might have gone back.
Cancella nearly takes a mark, drops to ground level. Villaggio with a nice measured kick over the top to Wilson. He moves it quickly. And that one's going over the line for a boundary throw-in.
Yeah, well played there by Nick Gitcher. He's probably one of the few players he's played all games this year for the Waratahs. Been around the club for a very long time, and yeah, who do those disciplined things all day. And yeah, I reckon he'll get a job on someone today. Looks like he may have Jackson Geary in there today, but that'll be another tight tussle.
So ball thrown back in. Smith with the tap. Bath spins out of trouble, puts it long. Raf Clark in pursuit, kicks off the deck. Waratah's player just with the airy there. Ball spills out. McGrath with a snap gets the first one here at TIO. Beautiful goal to open it up. St Mary's 1 goal straight. Waratah's yet to score.
Yeah, probably their first entry for the day as well. They haven't really had the ball down there. Goes straight in there. A bit of a tussle around the ball. The ball sort of slopped out the back there. It was just a bit of a unfortunate mishap there with the defensive knock as the ball comes in here. I think it might be, is it Jones? Maybe have knocked it out there. But yeah, they kept the ball alive, and yeah, that's the big miss I was talking about there. Just had the big area, and as you mentioned, and the ball pops out, and a great goal there and a good start for Jaden McGrath.
Very clean from the Saints midfielders, so keep an eye on that one too.
I like the sound of you, Jimmy. First time in for the season. You're keeping an eye on a lot of things. I'm impressed. Well done, my friend. Out with Hodgie, in with Jimmy. I love it. Smith, decisive tap. Bath there. Just going at it. The two hard heads with Geary. Yaron inside 50. Here's McFarlane with a weird-looking handball, but it works. Bonana across the face. Still in play, though, and we're out now. We're going to have a boundary throw in.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing the replay. They probably, I reckon inside, they might have had another option to try and pass the ball off there. There's a little Morris Rioli Jr. Probably wouldn't have said a word, though, the young fella, but yeah, if it was me, I'd be letting him know he should have passed that one off. But good speed and good clean take there by St Mary's.
So the ball's thrown back in. Bath with a quick kick, and that's a good-looking mark down there to Waddell.
Really been solid all year, Waddell.
So Waddell, and as you say, that nearly turns it over. And ball in dispute on the deck. Handball out to Nicholas. Smith there for the Saints, a big unit, or he takes them on too. Gets a handball over to Geary. Back to Smith. You don't see that very often. 1-2. Stinks up the kick. Centres it to Bath. Now Bath with a bit of time. He's stinking it up as well. Although it's going to work out. He's long. First look of it for him today to Smith. He's everywhere, the big man. He's turned this one over. Straight down the throat of McDonald, who moves it quickly. Here's my man, Timmy Mosquito. Just lets rip with the long one down the line. Bit of a karate kick to the back of the back there, but anyway, umpire says play on. Here's Rioli. Handball's over the top to Cheek. Cheek moves it quickly. McMurtry with a nice measured kick to McGrath. He moves it on quickly. Not who's at ground level. Francis Canthari scoops it up, takes one on, gets a handball over, gets another cheeky little kick. Morris Jr. off the deck, if you don't mind. He opens up the tally for him today. Saints get their second, move to 2 goals straight, 12. The Waratahs yet to score.
I think with what's happening here is the Waratah players are really getting sucked to the footy, and the St Mary's boys are just holding their position, keeping their width, and we see one go in and feed the ball out to the rest.
You see Hayden McDonald there try and come across the front there, just left his man to try and be that second man up to help his defenders. But if you're going to do that, you've got to take the ball with you, unfortunately, and left that free player down. And yeah, little Morris Rioli Jr. didn't want to take the ball, just kick it off the ground, and that's a really exciting goal.
Nice little soccer there to the little fella.
One he should have got earlier.
You are. Correct. Correct, as we're back in the middle. Smith with another dominant tap. Geez, they miss him when he's out of the side. Waratahs go forward. Jewel dropped mark there to Ants Des. Check takes one on. Should be ping folding the ball. Umpire says play on, but it's Waratahs at ground level. Snap on the way, but it's across the face and in for their first score of the day, which is a minor. Waratahs 1 point. St Mary's 2 goals straight. We've gone 5 minutes in the first quarter.
Good to see Jack Long back after shoulder surgery last year.
So Geary gets that kick from Long, puts it out wide. Mendy, he just throws it on the boot. What's going on here? Umpire says it is a boundary throw in. have a look at the replay here. Umpire says that was thrown him, so back underway. Mendy with the handball out. He's long. Forks a few. Gets it across into the middle of the ground. Here's McMurray over to Geary. Bowls straight. Goes straight through everyone. It's Waratahs with the numbers. It's Timmy Mosquito. One of the quickest units of all time. So out to the wing. Could have been an arm chop from young Hodgie. Does well though. It's taken out of the contest. Spoke a little bit too soon. It's Johnny Anstey's cleaning up, although he's turned that straight over to Brodie Carroll. He's got an option on short. Uses that option. Jamie Smith. The interesting looking mullet there. He's been mullet central the last few weeks here in Darwin.
You've been waiting for that one all day for him to get a mark, haven't you? The last few injuries towards Jim have both been over the back there. You're just got to try and drop that kick towards the forwards and give them a chance. And Johnny Answer's just sort of mopped up a few times over the back.
Jamie Smith, the mullet, puts it to the top of a square. Big fly from the back. No one on the deck there. Braith Hodges goes in. St Mary's all close to holding the pill. Handball over. What's the umpire going to do here? He's not, is he? Yeah, he is. So deliberate. I thought he was trying to give it to a teammate that just missed it. But anyway, what would I know? I'm not an umpire, Jimmy.
Yeah, I thought there was a player there, but anyway, I think the way that St Mary's get back and help out is really something of note, and the Waratahs are going to have to work hard for their goals today, I'd say.
Sam Godden to go the snap on the left foot. Looks pretty good. I like it. So does he. Sam Godden gets the first for the Waratah. They move to 1-1-7. St Mary's 2 goals straight, 8.5 minutes played in the first quarter.
Yeah, I spoke about Sammy Godden before the game. Only played his second game this year, living down in Adelaide currently. He went down there initially like a few of the names mentioned this week at the Glenelg Footy Club in the SANFL. Played a few reserves games there, had a bit of a crack at it. Played with Lukey Harder, a great Waratah footballer from a few years ago. And he's a local boy and he'd be really enjoying the footy down here at the moment.
Yeah, so a much needed goal there, Jimmy.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they've rebounded pretty well, Waratah, out their back line, but they're going to be under a lot of pressure in their forward line.
So Raf Clark to give Sam Smith a chop out, wins the tap. Beautiful tap it was too, straight down the throat of Mendy. He gets it on the boot quickly. Inside 50, Francis Canthari's rounding them up, putting pressure on Waratahs. That's deliberate. If it's deliberate up the other end, that one is too, and it sure is, pal. I hope I didn't talk that umpire into it. But anyway.
Justin Bugler, the one there, I think, don't know what he was looking for at the umpire for. I think he'd be letting them know very much as well, knowing young Bugs.
And it's interesting he's gone back early, obviously under a bit of pressure first up.
So Rioli centres the ball. Nice looking kick too, straight down the throat of Nathaniel Paredes. He takes a mark about 35 out just on a slight angle.
Beautiful composure from Shannon. Obviously played a lot of footy and just took his time and waited for the target to present.
Just watching Braith Hodges come off for a well-earned rest. He's off to a pretty good start in his Premier League debut.
Yeah, as I said at the start, he's really composed. So I think this won't worry him. He'll put his best foot forward.
Paredes with the kick looks pretty average. Hit the post. So a poster there. St Mary's moved to 2-1-13. Waratahs 1-1-7. 10.5 minutes played here in the first quarter. So Waratahs look to clear it out. Free kick there to Smith. So Smith winds up on that trusty or untrusty right. Ball on the deck. Mosquito with the handball. Orville with the kick out. What's the umpire saying here? Another free kick going to Smith, was it?
Westerberg's really worried about him. Smithy bodying up on him a little bit stronger probably, so he's giving away a couple of free kicks there.
Smith moves it quickly. Nice little fake there, although smothered. That was Wilson. Westerberg with clean hands below the knees. Handball's over the top. This looks better from Waratah with a kick long down the line to a one-on-one. Well done there to Collyhole. Interesting name, don't mind it though. The kick long from Matthew Blake to a 2-on-1. Might work out here, although no, it's not too high, that one surely. Joshy Heath plays on, the little man with his little pistons. That gets smothered. Here's Wilson with the mullet. Handball's over the top. Waddell centres it with a nice chiselling kick. Looks to move it on quickly. Josh Cheek's got to go, couldn't get there. Well done from Cantilla, putting a block on.
Interesting playing Josh Cheek down back on Kim Cantilla. Normally plays inside, so obviously going to a shutdown role on Kim Cantilla.
See the high tackle there by Nick Gooch. I think they did call the free kick, but they chose to play on, and really good forward line pressure there by Jimmy Smith, forces the turnover and gets them a shot on goal, but unfortunately hasn't quite made the distance.
So disappointing return there for Waratah. It's chewed up by Anstez. It's a long kick out. Could have been hands in the back. Umpire says play on. Nice chiseler to Wilson, although he drops what he should have taken. Here's Geary with the dreadlocks, not sure about them. He gets it out of defence. Here's Kanthari with the 3-on-1. Does pretty well so far. In pursuit, Timmy Mosquito does even better. Gets the ball out, but it's all St Mary's. Wilson takes off, puts it forward. Here's Ruff Clark, as he got a bit of run in his legs. It's going to be an interesting one, this one. He just shovels it out the back. Umpire says play on. But Waratah there with the numbers and clear it, although that's just a real old-fashioned stinker of a kick. Jack Geary gets barreled and umpire says holding the ball, pal.
Hasn't been good footy for the last minute or so. Just need to slow it down a little bit and use your feet and hit the targets.
Sammy Goddingham with the ball on the far side there for Waratah. Pushes it forward. Great mark by Lockie Collyhole. He's had a really good year for the Thunder this year. Pushes forward to Abe Ankers, who plays on around the man on the mark. 40 metres out, shot on goal. And there you go, 4 clean possessions and you get a goal. Great work there by Waratahs from half back. Started with a really good tackle across there, the Forster holding the man. And yeah, as I said, 4 really clean possessions there. And a great finish there by Abe Ankers, who gives himself a rest on the bench.
Yeah, as I said, they just needed to slow it down a little bit. We saw that there was a bit of panic going on and it wasn't clean footy. Once they slowed that down, saw the targets there, and you can see the class that Abe Bankers has just finished it with a beautiful goal.
So it's 2-1, 13 apiece here at TIO. 14 minutes played in the first quarter. So we're about to get it back underway. Some hard heads in there for St Mary's with Bath and Geary. Ball thrown up, Smith with the tap again, Bath with the clearance. Inside 50, just like that. Timmy Mosquito does well. That McGrath looking for the free kick and gets it.
Jones,
No, that's not McGrath.
Yeah. Wait and see till he turns around.
Jeez, this is awkward. Jimmy?
Ryan McMurray, I think it is, lads.
Oh, there we go.
Bit awkward.
No, it is McGrath.
Bit awkward.
It is McGrath.
It
You're
is
right.
McGrath.
You're
Oh, it's
right.
McGrath. See, wait, I told you it was McGrath. I had that right the whole time.
Your knowledge is unbelievable, Nick.
McGrath. McGrath. Can he get one? Yes, he can. Beautiful work from McGrath. We called him every other name under the sun. Well, you guys did. I didn't. I knew it was McGrath the whole time. St Mary's get their third at 3-1-19. Waratah 2-1-13. 15 and a half minutes played in the first quarter.
He's playing on Timmy Mosquito, Jaden McGrath. So Timmy likes to roll off, which might have to make a change because he's really holding him accountable. He's already kicked 2 McGrath, so we'll see how that unfolds throughout the game.
Good to see. We had Wally Gallio in here doing special comments the other week, and he was keeping stats. We've been trying to tell Hodgie to do that, but he won't. He refuses to.
He can't count.
No, he can't. He gave me hell last week for not being able to count. Anyway, we're back underway with a nice chiseler. Here's my man again. McGrath plays on. No doubt about it. Kick underway, and he's got another one. Timmy Mosquito, where are you, pal? He's got 3.
Timmy's on the bench, unfortunately, but can't think much about that one. But, geez, you'd love Ryan Smith at the moment. The last two centre clearances, just beautiful work by the big ruckman. As a midfielder, you'd just love to watch this one again. Pushes it behind him this time. The other one went the other side, but, yeah, really, when you get a clean position out of the midfield, it makes it very easy for your forward lines. And great finish there by Nate Paredes, and obviously Jaden McGrath gets the goal, so bad luck, Timmy. Got told off there.
Sorry, Timmy, if you're watching this at home. It's pretty awkward. Anyway, back in the middle. Production team don't mind that. Bit of stand-up over here. Sorry, guys. Back underway. Smith stays on the deck. Misses the ball completely. Waratah's with the clearance. Beautiful mark there, Bugler.
Now, he missed a few last week, Bug, so hopefully he's done some goal kicking throughout the week.
You wonder what his role is today. We've seen him sort of up forward, you know, starting the game. Then we noticed he went back lines for a little bit there. So he's obviously got a bit of a licence, I suppose, with his talent and his expertise. He's obviously a really exciting footballer, and really important for him now to go back and kick this one and get a bit of confidence. Here's a beautiful kick, so just got to get it through the sticks.
Justin Bugler, kick underway. Umpire moving across, and it's pushed to the left. So just the one behind there. Waratah's moved to 2-2-14. St Mary's 4-1-25. Nearly 18 minutes played in this first quarter. Sanstez clears it, although that's out on the full. So Huey McMurtry had that one, although it was straight over the line. So Waratah looking to reload now. By Tom Manning just pulling him back around on the angle. So they go backwards to Matthew Blake. He just weighs up his options, holds onto the pill. Lets loose on that left. Here's Wilson and thumbles over the line for a boundary throw-in.
Probably not a bad thing at the moment, just to try and slow the game down, as you said before. Jimmy, just try and keep possession for a little bit, and lots of mistakes at the moment. Just keep control of the ball for a little bit there, and let your forwards set up, give your defenders a bit of a rest, and try and work yourself towards another goal.
Especially with the way that St Mary's midfielders work back. Yeah, they're going to have to control the footy throughout the day, I would have thought.
So back underway here, Waratahs inside 50. Straight down the throat, although this one's going over the line for another boundary throw-in.
And they wouldn't mind that, the St Mary's defenders, just round the boundary line, one spare back and reset and go again.
The boundary umpire walking about 5 metres here. Like to get plenty of depth on this throw-in. It's a nice throw-in too. Smith with the tap, although it's Waratahs at ground level. Carroll to the top of the square. Good spoil out the back. Clearing kick there to Wilson. And another boundary throw-in.
About 60 metres out here from the Waratah forward line. Looking at the breeze, there's maybe a little bit of a breeze going towards that end at the moment, I think, but maybe probably pushing across the ground a little bit, but probably not really taking an advantage, not really any advantage either side at the moment, I wouldn't have thought.
So here's this boundary umpire again doing a fantastic job. Smith with a big tap. St Mary's with the number here. Francis Canthari just wraps one up. Although Waratah are out the back here. Ball's kicked inside 50. Josh Cheek drops the ball. Good pressure from Cantilla. And looks like we're going to have another boundary throw-in. It's boundary throw-in central. Jimmy?
Yeah, it's turned into a little bit of a stalemate in the last 5 minutes, but I think the pressure that's around the footy is making this happen. It's a pretty contested game.
Don't mind it though. It'll fire up soon. Smith, again, beautiful tap. There's Raph Clark, just over the fingertips of him is Howard. Just kicks it straight down the throat of Nicky Yarran. He gets on his bike, heads in the Luke Bath direction. I haven't seen this man run quick for a while, but he's on his motor here. Throws it on the left. Luke Bath, I don't mind it. Yes, goal, Bathy. Beautiful work from that man. He gets his first for the day. St Mary's get their fifth. They move to 5-1-31. Waratah 2-2-14.
Talking about Barthy speed, you had Francis Canthari there as well as MJ Morris Jr. alongside. So if they're going to get a few goals, they'll get a few over the back because they've got brilliant leg speed coming through there.
It's obviously a bit of a setup there by St Mary's, just looking at that Waratah forward line. They had every player almost within 60 metres of Waratah's goals except for one player, and the plan is to obviously try and work the ball fast to one end and then get those numbers back their speed and then get those ones over the back.
Don't mind that from Luke Bath. I saw him on the plane yesterday flying out from Nhulunbuy. I was revving him up about today's game. He said arguably their strongest side for the year, St Mary's. Back underway here. Rioli, that's holding the pill every day of the week. Umpire agrees. Westerberg, the big unit, puts it long. Good contest over there. Umpire says play on. Wrapped up there's Hugh McMurtry. Ball pops out. They're going backwards here. Probably the wrong option. That looked a bit high. Umpire doesn't agree. Kick pops out the side to Raph Clark. He does well. Tunnel balls it to Rioli. And they're away here, the Saints. Here's McFarlane. Does well, the old unit. He plays it on quickly. Here's Smith-Thompson. Centres it to absolutely no one, or is it smothered? Can't really tell. Fair way away. But Waratah's here in control, although Rioli, what can he do? Keeps it in. Back inside 50. It'd be a win here for St Mary's if it gets over the line, and it is. Jack Geary sees that one over.
So 22.5 minutes into this first quarter. It's been a bit of a battle for both sides, but St Mary's have just got those few goals over the back, which has given that 3-goal lead. But another late opportunity here, maybe just 35 metres out into their forward line.
I don't mind this from the young boundary umpires. Good to see young kids getting into umpiring, Jimmy, and they're waltzing in at 5 metres and giving it a good hoik over the shoulder.
Perfect for the ruckman.
McFarlane with the tap down there for the Saints. Bit scrappy here. Ball pops out. Works out well. He's got in. Nice little chiseler over the top.
Fraser Jennings there on his... Probably only another young kid playing a number of games this year, but back into the side today.
Don't mind the look of him. So ball in dispute over there through Godden, and another Andrew throw-in.
I think Waratah need to look to the middle a bit more. They're heading around the boundary line. There was a couple of options coming out of the back line there, so they need to look inside and try and go the quickest way home.
A little bit of friendly fire there for Jimmy Ray. Cops one across the nose, but I'm sure he'll be back in. He's a real tough little nut, that one.
So ball thrown back in. Westerberg wrapping his arms around Raph Clark. Free kick, advantage paid. Waratah just crash into each other. McFarlane trying to get that pill out, but it's Waratah. Spoil comes on. Kick centre. Here's Kanthari. Dances round one. I don't mind it. Beautiful work, Kanthari. He gets his first. St Mary's move to 6-1-37. Waratah 2-2-14. 24 and a half minutes played.
Yeah, no, really watch this replay again. Just you see Waratah really get numbers back there, and unfortunately they knocked each other over there, but they kept fighting. But you see sort of in the foreground there, the St Mary's player sort of Kanthari just there, just drops back into that hole there. His player gets sucked to the ball and he finds himself in a fair bit of space, 20 metres out from goal, and he's going to get around anyone on that ground. And great finish there by Francis Kanthari, and he's another player that'd be really excited to see kicking goals again.
He's pretty quick, that young fella from Waratah. May back in the middle. Smith. Again, another tap. He's probably won all of them today so far.
Free kick.
Free kick to Luke Bath by the looks of it. James Ray taking his time, giving it back. Bath moves it on quickly. Here they go, inside 50 again. McFarlane all too easy. Can't let that man in space.
Very reactive from the Waratah defenders. I think they need to get a little bit more proactive and maybe get in front of their opponents.
Yeah, you wonder if they're playing a little bit of that, trying to drop in the holes and try and read the play better. But at the moment, I think it really does come down to getting beaten so badly in the midfield at the moment, getting them clear forward entry. But there seems to be a lot more too much space up there, and yeah, easy to hit their targets.
McFarlane, the first look of him today. Umpire does a little bit of a jig, doesn't move much. He gets his first. St Mary's get their 7th. They move to 7-1-43. Waratah 2-2-14, but they're well in control, aren't they?
Yeah, we see obviously Luke Bath got the free kick there through the midfield there. I think that's probably a half-backer working off, and as a coach there, you wouldn't be real happy seeing your half-backers run off into space like that, getting easy touches. And great chase there by Bugler in the end there, but it's just too late. Had to be, as we said, Jimmy was too reactive. Should have read that a lot earlier.
Yeah, Smithy's really on top in the middle, and I think Westerberg's really worrying about him and just needs to play his own game.
So here we go again. Westerberg gets one on the board for him. Ball on the deck though. Good work there from Howard. It's a kick.
Jimmy Smith in the forward line there. The haircut.
Here's Smith. The mullet. Gonna have another boundary throw in the forward pocket, Jimmy.
You'd have a mullet if you could grow hair, couldn't you, Nick?
I'm losing it, mate, so yes, I would. I'm of that generational vibe, if you will. Okay, ball thrown back in. Interesting sort of looking handball over the side. Here's Smith, jealous of his hair. Beautiful work there from Collie Hole, and just pushed off to the left. So Waratah, they move to 2-3-15. St Mary's 7-1-43. 27 minutes played in the first quarter. But all St Mary's here so far. Beautiful kick straight down to Smith. He plays on. Very rare. He's done it a few times today though. Nice kick too to McFarlane, although he drops that. Timmy Mosquito off half back. Here's Smith again. Just couldn't get there in the nick of time. Waratah's heading in towards inside 50. Bugler does well. Dances round 1. 50 out. Kick underway. Looks pretty good. Pretty good. Well done, Bugler. Waratahs get their 3rd.
Yeah, we saw there little Joshy Heath try to hold on for dear life, but no, great finish by Buggs. He had a couple of options hitting up there, but took the onus and kicked a beautiful goal.
Timmy Mosquito off half back there. Just beautiful work. Thought Smith was away then if he got that spoil on. A Bugler, as we just have a look at that, just dances around and bang. Beautiful kick. Good player. Bugler.
Yeah, definitely a bit of a loss to the NT Thunder this year, moving down to play some footy down south, and been a really consistent player in the last 4 years up here for the NT Thunder.
Yeah, right. I was just having a look at young Braith Hodges into a little bit of a scrap.
I think Jack Long will definitely have his back, so nothing to worry about there for Braithy.
Anyway, so a free kick going the way of Waratah. Smith gets shepherded off the ball. Interesting call. Here's Bugler again. Although St Mary's with the numbers. Kicks outside. Here's Geary.
And the reason they had the numbers there, we saw as quarter time comes upon us.
And there we go. It's quarter time here at TIO Stadium. Waratah 3-3-21. St Mary's 7-1-43. We'll be back with the second quarter right after this.
Isn't that the new neighbour?
Yep, pretty sure she's from down south.
She arrived last week. Just had her windscreen broken by a falling coconut. No. I was at Jingly. Jingly! If she was with TIO, she'd be talking to a local. Might even be from Jingly.
Am I covered for coconuts?
And it's good to know. TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance offer the option of no excess for windscreen claims.
Jingly coconut curry. Just a moment.
Yeah, the wait is over, baby. I'm about to blow your mind. Yeah. In Australia, a keg of Carlton Draft is changed every 46 seconds. Carlton Draft is that fresh, baby.
So we can feel the earlier feeling together, real. No one can stop. No one can stop.
1300 kilonewton centrifugal force, infrared remote control.
How does he do it?
24.5 kilowatt diesel motor.
He doesn't just know how to operate every piece of Kennard's high gear we get in, but also its service details, its safety checks.
It's as if he can hypnotise each piece.
Give me 2 passes with sauce, coffee white with 1 bun with icing, no pink icing.
Yeah, no worries, Terry.
Another life saved with the Chemist Warehouse app. Take control of your health and wellness. Download now.
Are you overrun with rubbish and need a skip bin? For easy disposal from your garden cleanup, renovation or spring clean? When you think skip bins, think NTRS. NTRS, your friendly, reliable and local waste disposal company.
Welcome back to TIO Stadium. We're at St Mary's, 7-1-43. Waratahs, 3-3-21, 22-point lead to St Mary's. Jimmy Driscoll, 2 different looking styles on display here today.
Yeah, I think St Mary's want to compress the ground and then get that space out the back so we can see Rioli Jr., Francis Canthari, Wilson when he's down there, use their leg speed and really catch the Waratah defence out, whereas the Waratahs seem to be slowing the play down and heading around the boundary line. I wouldn't mind seeing them open up the game a little bit more and try and hit the scoreboard a bit more.
St Mary's have been dominant so far, well, on the scoreboard, but 22 points. You'd think Waratahs would be down by a fair bit more than that, Timmy.
No, you get the feeling that St Mary's have controlled the game for sure, but they haven't quite sort of got that big margin yet. But this first sort of 10 or 15 minutes is going to be really important for Waratah to not just stay with them, but try and get some score on the board. But you heard Ricky Nolan speak before the game about the importance of their players coming back in, and this man here, big Ryan Smith, has been fantastic all around the ground. Just not only his ruck work, but some of the hard work from running around the ground and using the ball, and he's had a few 1-2s as well, which is good for a big fella. But yeah, it's a very important game. Ricky also said that they need to win this to stay in with a chance to get the top 3. If they lose, suddenly they're fighting for 5th spot. So yeah, they're really throwing everything at it. Yeah,
we just see the finishing skills of St Mary's. Like realistically, there's only 2 more scoring shots. So for 22 points, I think if Waratah can tidy up a little bit and finish better, they'll get right back into this game.
As I said earlier, Luke Barth was saying to me, yes, I don't like name dropping, but it's not really named to drop Luke Barth, is it? But anyway, he was saying this is arguably their strongest side for the year. Would you agree with that, Jimmy?
Yeah, I think with Coombsy and Keisha going out, with those 2 in, that would have been a fantastic side. But yeah, I think Ricky's really showing his cards here and put his best team out. Because he knows that if they don't get over the line here, it could be curtains. Just quickly before the ball gets back underway, Timmy, what have you made of Braith Hodges, young Andrew Hodges' son?
Yeah,
how's he going?
No, it's probably not a bad little role play across half-back for him. Give him a job standing on someone, and you see him now really following his player. But he's had a couple of really nice little touches, and he's going to be an exciting player for the future.
So back underway, Paredes with the clearance there, but it's straight down the throat. Timmy Mosquito, he pushes it wide to Jared Hay. Moves it quickly to a one-on-one. Bit risky. On the deck, ball pops out the back. Here's Geary, gets legged. Umpire says play on. Here's Morris Jr. Here's a quick little unit.
Very hard too. He won't shirk an issue.
Good tackle there. Did about a 10-60 there. He did in the tackle. Umpire says play on. He's long.
Mass really isn't your strong point, is it?
Not sure what you're talking about. Out of the way. One out there. Ball's back to half forward. It's Bullis. He puts it inside 50 now. From plays, and there he is. Although umpire says play on, gives the mullet a break. Here's Cantilla. Good tackle there from Cheek. Here he is again, the flying mullet. Handball's over the top. Handball's out. Who was that? That was Bullis. I like the look of him. I like angry redheads. Kick back to the top of the square. Edged out there. Umpire says play on. Cheek running back. But long mopping up.
He's really done well on Cantilla so far, Joshy Cheek. Hasn't looked like getting near it, Kim Cantilla. Probably needs to body line the ball a little bit more.
Jack Geary saying that one out. And umpire says he'll throw that in.
Good work there by St Mary's just to get the ball out there. Jack Long just used his body really well there, just in when the ball came in here, just a little soccer off the ground. But we watched the replay there for Jimmy Smith. He's pretty unlucky not to be paid that mark there. And very unlucky there. Would have been a nice early shot on goal for Waratah, but you go back to the footy and hopefully get another opportunity.
I like the look of Smith. Really like the look of him. He's got seen him play a few good games, been really dominant up forward. Nice tap down there, straight down the throat of Orville. Kicks inside. Here's Collie-Hole. Can he snap a goal? Chucks it on the left. Umpire not doing a lot of moving, but it's just across the face and to the right and just through for a minor. So 3-4-22 Waratah. St Mary's 7-1-43. 2.5 minutes played here in the second quarter.
And they're the opportunities they've got to take, Waratah, if they're going to get back into this game.
There is Morris Jr. Tries to dance around a few. Geary with the handball. Good tackle from Geary. Morris slaps the ball down. Kanthari, they're all spinning, pirouetting, out of control. Kanthari to Bath. Handball's over the top. It's Wilson. 45 out. Kick underway and just off to the left. So both teams with opportunities here early in the second quarter.
They've definitely got that advantage with that leg speed, haven't they? Every time the ball gets out to an open space, it's very hard to stop St Mary's at the moment.
And it looks really dangerous. So if they can continue through and get into the finals, who knows what can happen.
So Blake on half back, weighing up his options. Long down the line is the best one. Is this big bearded unit. 3-4 grabs. Umpire, pay that one, please. Umpire says play on. Ball pops out the side. Smith with about 5 hanging off him. Kick underway. What's happening here? Umpire's pinged something here. It's like young Braith's copped one around the chops. And it's downfield. So Raph Clark on half forward flank. Long just going to sort that one out. 2-on-1, ball pops over the back. Here's McFarlane, easy as you like, soccer style. Nearly stuffs it up, but he got there. He gets his second. St Mary's move to 8-2-50. Waratah 3-4-22. 4 minutes played in the second quarter.
Yeah, Jack Long playing the role of bodyguard down there for Braith Hodges, and we saw there that quick ball in again over the back and too many going up.
Yeah, we saw that earlier in the game. I think it might have been Nick Gooch that time. Just when you come across the back, you've just got to belt the ball and get it as far away from those goals as possible. But yeah, nearly made an absolute meal of that there in the end, but managed to get the big boot up there and get over the line. But yeah, very, you know, Waratah had 2 really good chances for goals, missed them both, and always the way in footy goes straight to the other end and they get a goal and makes it really hurt.
So Raph Clark in the middle here against Nicholas. Umpire is saying that is too high, Raph. Can't be doing that, pal.
Probably need to see a little bit more here from A-Bank because he's got the ball in the midfield at the moment. We saw that really good goal, but you know, he's probably one who needs to lift in the midfield and give their forward line, like Bugler there in the air, and more of an opportunity.
So he's Long with the handball out the side. St Mary's with time and space. Thari with the sit, and he's got the leg speed. If it stays in, he's away. It does. He's got an absolute paddock in front of him. Does the unselfish thing. If I was him, I would have kept going. Rioli gets a free kick. He's going to line up for his second, I think, is he, Jimmy?
Yeah, he is, and they're really making Timmy Mosquito accountable. You see MJ's gone to him now, so that'll be a little bit of a defensive role, but also make him accountable when the ball comes back into the forward.
It's always a really interesting challenge as a coach what to do with a really strong defender. Do you put one of your most damaging and dangerous players on him to make him accountable, or do you sort of just try and play a tag? And at this stage, they're just trying to make him accountable by putting a good player on him, which is working.
Yeah, and I think it's a good opportunity for Morris too to get his defensive game up.
So it's just gone a bit buck wild here. McFarlane won the free kick. And then young Jade McGrath turned that one over. So Waratah's pretty lucky there. McFarlane stands on the mark. Kick out there from Waddell. Beautiful hands there from Timmy Mosquito. Unbelievable hands under pressure. And 50 metres. Not really sure why, but...
No, I think that's the protected zone.
Protected zone, was it?
Yeah.
I don't have... usually I have umpire Mark Noonan text me what's going on during the coverage, but he's out of town, I believe.
Yeah, family reunion.
Greetings, Noons, if you're watching, my friend. Timmy Mosquito. It's a nice-looking kick out to Smith. On his range, winds around, top of the square, Bullis out the back. Josh Cheek flies, umpire says play on. Ken Tiller pushes it to the right and through for a minor.
And that's why they're trying to stop Timmy Mosquito. His foot skills are exceptional, so he can open the play right up.
So Long finds the easy target. And they're away here, St Mary's.
Keenan Smith-Thompson initially, wasn't it? Passed it over there, and Kentari gets the ball again across half forward, looking for space. You see they've got about 3 or 4 midfielders in the middle there. Just the game's really opening up for them if they just try and keep hitting those targets. But they go in deep, and here's that man, big Ryan Smith, under the ball, and he's just too good. He's just too good up in the air and around the ground, and yeah, he to me is the main difference at the moment.
He didn't even get it. He didn't even jump then, Jimmy. He just stood there.
I don't know whether Smithy can jump still, but his body work is that good that he doesn't need to. He's he's really taken control of this game, and if he slots this, good first half for him.
He's just taking his time here as a big man. Needs a bit of a spell, as we said, doesn't jump much anymore.
If Shannon Rioli was around the ball, he'd normally get behind him here and get for that little sneaky one over the back, but obviously didn't pick up on it early enough.
So Ryan Smith, not bad off the boot, and just across the face of goal and through behind. So 8-3-51 to 3-5-23. St Mary's in control here in the second quarter. Here's Mosquito. That beautiful foot. Although it spoke too soon, Raph Clark. Nice, he just kicks it straight back to Mosquito. That's a better kick. Bit of a hospital ball. Smith doesn't do it. This is real dangerous, ridiculous football as McFarlane takes a mark. He should just go back and have a shot.
Yeah, you look back across this Waratah half forward line, these are 3 blokes sitting deep in the forward line, just didn't give Sammy Waddell a chance to kick to, and he had to come back across the play, and as soon as he did, you saw him looking deep and saying, give me some opportunities, give me some chances. But meanwhile, the pass the ball off to Jade McGrath, who's kicked his 3 and goes back and lines up for number 4, Nico.
Yeah, he's been sensational today, is young McGrath. We didn't even know who he was in the first quarter, but we do now, Jimmy.
You know exactly who he is, and don't underestimate the forward pressure from Ryan Smith. The big fella just held Waddell in and forced him to make a decision, which unfortunately wasn't a good one.
So McGrath, kick underway, and he's just pushed it to the right. So let's get some on the score there. St Mary's 8-4-52, Waratahs 3-5-23. That's another stinking kick, although it wasn't swallowed up. Here's Mosquito, and that one's knocked over the line for a boundary throw-in.
You can't blame anyone else for that one when you're you're loading the box there and you just shank one like that. Just took a big stitzel out of the ground there, and just couldn't quite kick hard enough. But once again, right deep inside St Mary's forward line here. Umpire comes right in to throw the ball in nice and deep.
We love that. We love that up here. Waratahs at ground level. Kick down. Umpire says play on. Good smile there from Colliole. Ball bounces out. Here's that man, A-Bank, as you were speaking of, Timmy. He puts it long down the line. Looks like it's going to go out, although Smith keeps it in. The lovely. It's like his mullet deflected that it was out of bounds. Cantilla over the back. Look at this little man go. Kick underway, goal. Well done from big Jamie Smith out here. Kept it alive.
And we see there that they've opened their forward line right up and left Kim Cantilla down there with Joshy Cheek. So that's not a bad move, I don't think, because I think Kim might have him for leg speed.
Yeah, just got to be, doesn't have to be kicked on his head either. Just kick it out to space, and not too many blokes are going to beat him. But what he here by Jimmy Smith just keeps it in there. I reckon good call there, and saw Kimmy Cantilla 4 there, just put it up in the air, and yeah, probably looked like they both looking in the sun, both lost it a little bit, but Kimmy just too good on the recovery, and nice little quick kick and gets the goal, and really badly needed there by Waratah. But back to you guys.
Yeah, and we see there it's back to 23 points, so not a lot of ground has been made, even though St Mary's have dominated a lot of this quarter.
So back underway here. Clearance goes away of St Mary's. McFarlane flies, does well. Hands it straight to Mosquito though. Mosquito with the kick. Pops out, Waratah's away. Although it's only as far as Long on the one-on-one, he does well. Dances around a few, throws it on the left. And puts it straight out of bounds on the full. So St Mary's 52, Waratah 29. 12 minutes played here in the second quarter.
See what Sammy Whittle does with the boot this time. Tried to kick the leather out of the last few times, but he looks inside, finds a nice little kick there to hit Brock Orville up. And once again, they go back towards the boundary side on the far side there. Ryan Bullis kicks it down the line again in the Ryan Smith direction. Can't get his hands on the ball. Not sure who they just kept it in. There might have been Matty Blake there on the far side there, on his trusty left boot there. Into Kimmy Cantilla, just can't quite take the mark. The ball's still alive. Back to Kimmy, runs over the top of it. Great chase though to give himself another opportunity. Fraser Jennings makes a one there. Great take there by Sam Howard. Does the little bit of a circle. Has a shot for goal, but has pushed it across the face and just can't get it through for a goal there. And it's another behind for the halfbacker for Waratahs there.
So Waratahs 4-6-30. St Mary's 8-4-52. Here's little Joshy Heath, the little man, does well on the half volley. Pops it over the top. Nice little kick. Shanrioli. Kicks it long down the line. Smith stands under it, pops out the back, and Smith's given away a free kick here. Must have been a free kick for being too good.
I don't think the Waratah player knows he's even got the ball at the moment, but yeah, it might be Sam Waddell gets the ball across half back there again, and he's been probably the most disciplined player for the Waratahs today and throughout the whole year. But great little hit up there in the midfield there, and hopefully they can control the ball here. Sam Howard, right in the middle of the ground here at TIO Oval, blazing in sun at the moment, and just can't get it. Shanarioli, too good.
Advantage paid, he takes that. Kick inside 50. Mosquitoes against 2 here. And out of bounds, so we'll have a boundary throw into the forward pocket for St Mary's.
Yeah, it's just that one coming through the middle there. They need to be more composed. Sam Howard tried to take on the best tackler going around. So if you got the ball in there, they just need to slow it down, use their options, hit up and get it in deep.
So ball thrown back in. Good tap down there. Mosquito home for Waratahs. Good handball out, although misses the mark. Beautiful pick up there from Wilson. Throws it on the right, but straight down the throat. Again of Mosquito. Lucky he was there, the goalkeeper style. So kick out towards Howard. He takes a nice mark. Moves it quickly. Smith, too tall. Cops one in the back from Sam Nicholas. Not spelt the traditional name. I mean Nick-less. Smith puts it inside 50 with a nice kick. Plays on quickly. Kick underway. Raph Clark stands under it. And it's a boundary. Oh no, it's through for a behind.
Yeah, see, Timmy Mosquito starting to really come into the game this quarter. Really is trying to find a little bit of space. The ball is down there a hell of a lot though, but yeah, he's definitely locked off a lot of the forward thrust here by St Mary's. But as we go back here and see Ryan Smith just trying to play for that one, I don't think Big Sammy did too much at all.
Big Sam Nicholas with that beard, although I'd be pretty scared of that beard too.
Walking down the back street, you wouldn't want to see him.
Anyway, we're back underway here. McFarlane does well. Handballs over the top to Paredes. He side 50. Here's Timmy Mosquito again. And downfield. Downfield, didn't see that one. Umpire Manning in best position for that one. So Raf Clark's got a shot on goal. He's looking for 50. He's asking everyone to clear out here. It's young Tom, the umpire. Anyway, Raf Clark, kick underway. And he's missed that one too. So St Mary's with missing a few opportunities going forward.
Yeah, kicking 1-5 this quarter. They really need to hit the scoreboard if they're going to put Waratah away, because we saw last weekend they come home with a wet sail. So they'd want to start kicking those goals.
So Abe Anchors with the ball in the back pocket. He's trying to find a target, not a lot on. Decides to head long down the line. Ball pops out the back. Here's Cheek. Throws it on the left. Here's Clark. And that one's going to go over for a boundary throw in forward pocket for St Mary's.
Yeah, saw Kimmy Cantilla think about taking the big fly there, and he ended up staying down. Josh Cheek just ran off him there and just almost like to see that ball get kicked to a danger spot there. Just get the ball right into that dangerous area there and let his forwards have a bit of a fly with McFarlane down there standing. Nick Gooch has got a few inches on him. I reckon get him to that dangerous spot, get him some more chances to score goals.
Here's a raging ball, Geary to Clark. And Luke Barth sees that one over. Have another boundary throw in. 54-30 here at TIO Stadium. 17 minutes played in the second quarter. Even 4 goals as a ball's thrown back in. Plenty of distance on that one as well. Ball pops out the back. Thrown on the right. That looks pretty good. Beautiful off the boot.
Great kick there, excellent. Just ran off the back, coming off half back as well there, I think, Paredes. So he sort of played a really bit of a controlling role there, but once again, I think came from a nice hit from the ruck work there, and all the forwards pushing down there for Waratahs, and Nate Paredes, who's been playing across half back for a little bit, pushing up forward as well. Just got around the back there, and yeah, great finish. And after all those points they've kicked, it's important to get that one on the board.
Yeah, first one in a long time. Jimmy, what'd you say? They've kicked 1 goal.
They kicked
2 now.
2 goals, 5 for the quarter. So really need to make the most of their opportunities, and Paredes finished pretty well. They're leaving that back space open in a forward stoppage, which is pretty dangerous.
They even say it's illegal, or not?
Oh, I don't think so.
Luke Barth with a beautiful tackle. Umpire says play on. Morris with the handball, misses a target. Waratahs gain control, head forward. Beautiful pick up there from Godden. Throws it on the left to the danger spot, top of the square. That sun's really getting in the eyes of players down there. Here's Cheek. He pops it over the top to Geary. Geary's got an absolute paddock ahead of him. Although, as I say, that Cantilla gets there pretty quick.
I don't mind the look of Josh Cheek down back with the likes of Geary and Coombs and Keisha to come back in. He might get squeezed out of that midfield, so to give him a bit of time down there, it's not a bad move.
Kanthari centres the ball. Morris is out the back. Pops out of Mosquito's hand. Morris spins around, throws on the right. McFarlane to the top of the square. Paredes again. He gets taken out. Mosquito with the clearing kick, and it's a good one too. Straight to Orville. He looks to move it quickly. Good mark over there to Collyhole.
Hands have been strong today. They just need to get it moving quicker. They've got plenty of space, and they've got Kim Cantilla down there with a bit of speed. So I think if they keep it moving quick like this, it becomes a lot more dangerous.
Here's Bugler. Smith not really chasing hard after him. You've got to do better than that, big boy. That's straight down the throat of Johnny Anstez. So he just heads long back down the line. Smith cops one high. Umpire says play on. And Brodie Carroll will see that one out to the Waratahs.
And you see him come off the ground. Matty Blake comes back into the field there, and Big Westerberg and Ryan Smith will line up again for the ruck work. So that's right almost in the centre of the ground here for the 2 big ruckmen to work hard. Smith pushes towards the forward line there. Great work in the front there by Brock Orville. Just couldn't take the ball clean enough though. Puts it outside of Nicky Aaron. Great stuff there. Just kicked the ball alive. But once again, Waratah's come in, put some good pressure on by Sammy Howard, and another throw in right here in front of the commentary box.
So, that's a free kick, is it? Looks like it's gone against the runner. Anyway, kick back underway. Here's Long. Just tapping it to his advantage. Ball pops out. Over boundary throw, good win there to Long.
Really smart football. Just knew where his boundary line was and disguised it really well.
Handy player, Long, isn't he?
He's a great inclusion.
Love the look of him.
Big boy with a big mullet.
Won't say too much about his mullet. Tap down here from Smith. Pops out the back. Waratah's with the numbers, but that one's going out of bounds. As we see those people at the Michael Long Centre. Adelaide Crows women's are in town this weekend, playing Fremantle. A scratch match Saturday night. Should be a good one. Everyone's down here. There's a lot going on in Darwin this weekend.
It's all go. Big crew up, so it should be a good game. 7:30 tonight.
So Smith just taps it down to the advantage of Long. He falls over mid-kick. He's good battle down there. Now with a awkward-looking handball, they're out here. Barth, he gets on his boat, kicks it out in front of Kantari. He wanted it out in front of this man. Dances round one, breaks the tackle, snaps, and just off to the right and out of bounds for a boundary throw-in.
Did he get on his boat or bike there?
I said he biked, didn't I?
Boat.
Well, why not get on your boat? It's 200 horsepower. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, Nicky Aaron's just come back into the game a little bit. He went missing in that first quarter, I thought, but really worked well into the game. He's using his leg speed.
Friday night, you could have been in a boat down here. They had to cancel the game, didn't they?
Magic last night. Here's Luke Barth. He coughs it up straight to McDonald. Heads outside wide. Here's Clark. Nice little kick. Wilson. Give it to Geary. Goes the other. Morris Jr. Back to Wilson. What can he do? He centres the ball. Tara can stand on the head here. He just plants the hands in the back. Umpire says play on. Ball on the deck. Handball's out. Good contest over here. Bit scrappy. Kick underway. It's going to work out for Wilson. And umpire pays the mark. There's just something, might have caught one high here, the Waratah player.
James Ray again, I think we spoke about earlier in the game. He's got a bit of a hard head there, and yeah, it looks like he's got hit again there. Might have even been friendly fire, I think, but yeah, he looks okay. We watched the replay just to see what actually happened. You see him come here and yeah, just almost right on the hip there. So it's sort of really great courage by Jimmy Ray. He's up there standing the mark now, but they'll throw it up and start again.
I don't know why the umpire's throwing that one up anyway. Back into it. Ball on the deck, and they've given away a free kick for too high.
I don't know how that couldn't have been a mark. Like, it looked fairly clearly.
It's pretty fair.
A mark to me, yeah.
Just ran into his hip. Unfortunate. Anyway, went on umpires. Oh, there we go. It's half-time here at TIO Stadium. Waratah 4-6-30. St Mary's 9-6-60. We'll be back with the second half right after this.
Isn't that the new neighbour?
Yep, pretty sure she's from down south.
She arrived last week. Just had her windscreen broken by a falling coconut. No. I was at Jingly. Jingly! If she was with TIO, she'd be talking to a local. Might even be from Jingly.
Am I covered for coconuts?
And it's good to know. TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance offer the option of no excess for windscreen claims.
Jingly coconut curry.
Did you know that somewhere in Australia a fresh keg of Carlton Draft is changed every 46 seconds? It's that fresh.
Carlton Draft is fresh, baby.
Life. So full of surprises. But you don't want a headache to be one of them. Get Panadol Rapid from Chemist Warehouse. It's absorbed 2 times faster than regular Panadol tablets, so you won't miss life's special moments. Panadol Rapid. When pain is gone, life takes its place. Available at Chemist Warehouse for the lowest prices guaranteed.
Intersport, new concept store now open in Casuarina Square. Come in and check out a world-class shopping experience. Dedicated sports zones, men's performance, lifestyle, basketball, all new women's zone from running to yoga, and Intersport Kids Zone, all ages, performance footwear and apparel, plus the new dedicated football zone, all year for all codes. For awesome service and advice, come in and see us. The all-new Intersport concept store, Casuarina Square.
Let's see. Roma, Verona.
Perhaps Barcelona.
Make your dream holiday a reality. Book your next getaway at Flight Centre with interest-free holidays and flexible repayment options.
Best in the air.
And everywhere.
Flight Centre. Nothing's ever what we expect, but they keep asking where we're going next. All we're chasing is the sunset. Come on, don't you? Doesn't matter where we are. Doesn't matter where we are. Doesn't matter, no. If there's a moment when it's perfect, we'll carve our names as the sun goes down. 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 Doesn't matter where we are. Doesn't matter where we are. Doesn't Nothing's ever what we expect, but they keep asking where we're going next. All we're chasing is the sunset. Come on, mind on you. Doesn't matter where we are. Doesn't matter where we are. Doesn't matter, no. If there's a moment when it's perfect, we'll carve our names as the sun goes down. As the sun goes down.
And welcome back to Southern Cross's coverage of round 14, St Mary's versus Waratah, as the second half gets underway. Good tap there from Westerberg, probably his second for the day. Ball in dispute, Rioli wrapped up, umpire circling, and says he will ball it up. Fellas, what'd you make of the first half?
Yeah, no, we spoke about it early in the game. Probably felt like St Mary's have really controlled the game, as you see on the scoreboard with that 5-goal lead, but probably could have been a bit further in front. So Waratahs will make a few changes, and I'm sure they'll work really hard. Their fitness has been good the last few weeks, and I can see them getting themselves back into it this quarter.
Yeah, absolutely. With 2 goals 5 in that second quarter, St Mary's really could have put the game beyond doubt, but they've kept Waratah in it to only 5 goals behind. So if they can get a bit of free-flowing footy going, the Waratah, they might come home with a wet sail like they did last week against Nightcliff.
Smith with a beautiful tap to Bath. He goes off the deck, but straight down the throat of Bugler. He gets onto a torp. Here's my boy Smith. I like the look of him. I don't like the look of that. Smith goes for the St Mary's variety to Cheek. They're out here, St Mary's. Through Yaron, puts on the boot. Not 21's advantage, but Waratah. Handball over the top. Yaron ducks through one. Snap underway. Gets the open up. Beautiful way to open up the second half here. Nicky Yaron.
Yeah, he spoke Jimmy, late in that quarter, how he sort of dropped out of the game for a while there, but he's started this second half beautifully. Josh Cheek, really great stuff across half back there. Found Nicky Yaron, who started to play. Probably didn't quite hit the target there, just got underneath the ball a bit, but you see him come through here following up on his work, and yeah, just really worked hard. He got through this first tackle, just that turn of speed, just fantastic. Hayden McDonald just couldn't quite get hold of him, and curved the back beautifully on the right foot there for a goal, 2 minutes into this second half.
Beautiful work there from Yaron. Manning just having a bit of a sticky beak about what's going on behind him, throws the ball up. That's the third tap one from the big boy Westerberg in the ruck. So inside 50 now for Waratahs. And Jack Long's getting a free kick here, is he? No, he's giving away a free kick by the looks of it.
Smith, have a shot.
Smith, I like him from this range. He's just thrown the finger up in the air and said, I've got these boys.
Saw a nice goal from Justin Bugler down this end, so a little bit of breeze down there, he might get the distance.
So Smith with the interesting haircut. 55 out, gets onto it. I don't mind it. He loves it. Waratah answer back straight away. 5-6-36 to St Mary's, 10-6, 66. A lot of sixes in there. 3 minutes played in the third quarter.
Not a lot of fuss with the set shot either. He just stepped up and went bang. See if they get it in quick. They've actually got half a chance, and I'm not sure what the free kick was for, but he'd take it every day of the week, I'd say.
I think it might have been, he might have thrown anchors down in the midfield there and has paid down the field, I reckon. But either way, Waratah gets the direct answer back to that first goal from Nicky Yaron, and we go back to the middle again.
So back where it all began, Smith gets that one awkwardly down to Luke Bath. He chucks it on the left, heads out towards McGrath, or Yaron is it? And he's dragged over the line. Bugler drags the ball over with him. Umpire Manning says he'll throw it up.
He's been really important, Luke Bath, since coming back in the side. I know he didn't play many games, if any, before Christmas. I don't know, maybe one game late. But he's only played a few games for the year, but yeah, just such a damaging player around the midfield there.
I know what he's been doing. He's been out in Nhulunbuy fishing a lot, hell of a lot. He has. Here's Braith Hodges. Clean bowls him. He might get it back here. Wilson does well. He's a speedy unit, turns around. Hands it off to McMurtry. Murtry's weighing up his options. Just heads long, inside 50. Ralph Clark stands underneath it. Ball on the deck. Yaron just gets boots a ball. Might work out here. Here's Big Smith. He goes to ground. Oh, here's Smith again. Grabs it with the one hand. Smothered. Jeez, I would have gone off then. Here's Bath. Just goes off the deck. Bit of cloud cover coming over TIO. Might see a bit of rain soon. And Joshy Cheek sees that one over for a boundary throw-in.
Been solid all day, Josh Cheek, and interesting they've put Bugler back now, so I think St Mary's have answered that with a bit more speed down there with Nicky Yaron.
Yeah, probably just struggling for height a little bit across half back there and even up forward all over the ground, but yeah, Bug is probably one of those players who can play tall, and yeah, he's one of those ones you don't know quite what to do with him, put him forward or back, but he's back at the moment.
Here's Geary. He's a midget compared to that big boy. He wins the tap. Ball on the deck. Here's Waratah. Anchors. Need to see more of him. And a good spoil there from Johnny Ansteads. We'll see it over for a boundary throw-in.
Just see there with Abraham Anchors, he had a bit more time and space. He could have kept going with it. I think they're a little bit too trigger happy to get it into a one-on-one. They need to hold up the ball and carry it a bit more like St Mary's have done, I reckon.
Just watching Braith Hodges off the ball there. He just needs to get in the gym there, the big boy. It'll be late. Just got pushed off it a bit there. Here he is, Nick Less. What a name. His ball smothered net for another boundary throw-in.
Yeah, Braith goes in a little bit. Big David Crane has put a program together for him, and yeah, he needs to do it a little bit more.
Hello, Craney. And looks like Big Ryan Smith's coming off here with a...
Cranium has been injured.
Yes.
Excellent segue.
Looks like he's... don't know what's going on there from the big fella. Anyway, he's having a blinder. He needs to get back on the ground. Here's Mendy over to Rioli, looking for options. Goes out wide. McFarlane had a bit of time and space there, just rushed it a bit. Raph Clark with a nice looking kick and a good mark down there to Paredes. He moves it quickly, too easy. Way too easy going forward.
You saw there exactly what I was talking about with Waratah, what they need to do. Shannon Rioli just held up the ball, drew in a Waratah defender, give off, keep running forward, and in the end, we've got Smith Thompson having a shot at goal.
So Keenan Smith Thompson on the approach. About 30 out on the slide angle. Open up the account for him today. Kick underway, and it looks pretty good off the boot. So St Mary's extend the lead back out to 6 goals, 11-6-72 to Waratah's 5-6-36, 7 minutes played in the third quarter.
Watch the replay here. Obviously, he probably had a bit more time than he thought, but Raph Clark just kicks the ball into a bit of a dangerous spot there. Great contest in the air here. Just a fantastic mark there to win overhand there. He saw the free player forward, got the ball on really quickly. Didn't give the Waratah defenders a chance to get back. And yeah, well, as you said, fast movement, makes space up forward, and a great goal and great play again by St Mary's.
So out to 6 goals. Getting into the danger zone of Waratah with that lead. Be a free kick for a block there. Advantage paid. Geary. Handballs over the top. And Mendy. Kick underway. Straight to Timmy Mosquito. So Mosquito got that one in the back pocket. Looks to move it quickly towards Ray. Flies. Takes a good grab against Rioli. Trying to sneak a 50. Umpire says nothing's doing, pal. Over to Godden. Fends off Morris. You don't see that very often. This one's going straight down the throat of Joshy Heath, the little man.
I don't mind him looking to play on, but they need to ensure that there's movement up forward. It was very stagnant, and in the end, just a long bomb, and the smallest player on the field takes an easy mark.
Paredes, Timmy Mosquito, clean hands underneath the knees. Ball pops out. Umpire says pushing the back. Oh, free kick. Going the way of Waratah. Bugler. Big fly down there. Drops the mark. Josh Heath gets the pill back. Kick inside 50. Francis Canthari by himself. Don't give that unit any space. Plays on quickly. Kicks over the top. He has it, has he? He sure has. Get the hell out of town. Canthari.
Boy, wowee. The flash from Waratah, just he knows when he can go, and he went, and he knows exactly where the goals are. Really good player, Francis Canthari.
Yeah, we saw Sammy Wheeler. He's probably one of the moves the Waratah have tried to make. See him trying to make a big fly there. Normally he sits across half back and he normally wraps up these ones, the loose ones going forward. He's not there at the moment, and as we watch the replay here, he's probably got about a metre there. You got Matty Blake just off the side of him and plays on, sort of an open goal square, and managed to just dribble the ball through for a goal there. So a great goal again by Francis Kantari. Go back to the middle, back in play again. Big Westerberg tries to bring the ball back to Sammy Godden, couldn't quite get his hands on it there. Great stuff there by St Mary's off the forward line there to push it forward. But once again, Timmy Mosquito is across half back there trying to wrap up the biscuits. But the ball slots out the back there. He's got the ball again. Francis Cantier, is he over the back? I reckon he might have maybe pushed in the back. Unfortunately there, tried to put the ball through for his mate Jaden McGrath, has given the free kick away, but Cantieri's got a bit of a taste for it at the moment and just couldn't quite get the goal there. Well, he did keep the goal, but his mate let him down a little bit.
Yeah, looking really dangerous, and you can see when they get it in quick, the Waratah defenders are generally out of position, and Timmy Mosquito has put himself as that spare behind the ball.
I think he's actually gone through for a point there. He's played on and given him a behind, so I'm not sure exactly what happened. But we're back to the play now, and Jimmy Ray fights across half back with Semi got in there under the ball there. Westerberg may have given a free kick away, but slots out again to Jimmy Ray. Quick kick there, but there's too many St Mary's numbers in the middle there. McMurtry couldn't quite take the ball cleanly. Gooch tries to chase them down, but Anthony Wilson sees the free player again inside 50 metres, and I believe he's paid the free, has he? I'm not sure.
Smith Thompson with the mark, again, I think. Yeah, so Smith Thompson having a good little patch here.
You see with the speed of St Mary's, you got Nick Yarran, Francis Canthari, Anthony Wilson, Morris Rioli Jr. It's really causing havoc for the Waratah defenders.
Smith Thompson looking to get another one. It's on the slide angle, 30 out, close to the man on the mark. Doesn't matter though. Slots that one. St Mary's get another way. They are in control here. 13-7-85. Waratah 5-6. 36.
He's really found some space in the forward line there. I think everyone's sort of worried about those quicker ones. Kantari, Yarran down there now, and we saw McGrath open up with 3 goals. So he's sort of become the 5th or 6th forward, and slotted a couple of nice goals early in this third quarter.
It's very good work rate here by St Mary's as well. Their midfielders are really pushing hard. I just think the Waratah defenders probably just not working hard enough to get back and help support their defenders' players at the moment.
So the tap, and Anton Nick Less. Luke Barth wraps that one up. Umpire will throw it up again. We'll do it all again. Umpire Manning looking for nominees for the ruck of that. Throw the old hand up, Jimmy. Nicholas wins that one. Josh Heath does well, gets it to Geary. Geary to Clark. He had the option to crossfield to Long, ignores that. Oh, bit of a hospital ball there for young Morris. Doesn't take the bait. Howard to Bullis. Redhead with the zinc. He turns it over.
I've seen that a bit today when they try and go inside a little bit too early. Cross half, centre half forward there, and St Mary's are too smart with numbers back.
So Wilson finds Luke Barth. Barth in between Clark. Another player couldn't see that one. He just flicks it out over the line. Umpire says throw it in. A boundary throw in on the outer wing.
A little bit of a lull in the play at the moment. Everyone's just like that player right there, sitting down and having a bit of a rest. But Waratah really need to start probably in this next 10 minutes before three-quarter time. Just throw everything at it now. Try and play the game on, take the game on a little bit, and take a few risks.
So Clark, good contest over there. Umpire says play on. Been a shove in the back. Umpire says no, it's not. Here's Smith, 50 out, gets onto one, pushes it across the face, and out of bounds for a throw in the forward pocket. So a good position for Waratahs to reset and have another look at it.
They'd be happy with that. They didn't have anyone down there at all, so they can reset. But even as we look into the Waratah forward line, they're far outnumbered by St Mary's.
Ruck work deep in their forward line there, just can't get their hands on the ball. And as you said, just pure numbers game there. They just didn't have a chance to get the ball. And Shannon Rioli just dodges around a couple there, gets the Josh Chiku. Beautiful kick on his left foot inside there just to open up the play again. And Jackson Geary once again pushes across to half back there. Luke Barth on his left foot tries to place it there, but Timmy Mosquito, as he's done most of the afternoon, just chips it off there and slows the forward line movement there for St Mary's.
So Mosquito across field to Jared Hay. Goes back inside. Good kick. Works out well. Orville. He winds up. Heads long to the top of the square. Everyone flies. Nothing's doing though. St Mary's at ground level through McMurtry. Here's Smith with a beautiful one-handed pickup. Gets boots a ball and out of bounds on the fall. So they've done well to hold it up this end of the ground for a bit. At Waratahs, we see young Andrew Hodges Jr. there, having a well-earned rest. Greetings, Hodgie, if he's probably watching. He's probably not with Adelaide Women's, is he?
He's the midfield coach with the Adelaide Women, so I'm sure he'll be going through some structures and setups now with the girls.
I reckon he'll have it on the iPhone.
Yeah, didn't he?
So there's a bit going off the ball over there, but nothing to worry about. Nicholas and Raf Clark in the ruck. Clark rings that one down. Bit of a scrap on. Gets a handball out. Smith chasing that one-handed pick-up again. And we'll have a boundary throw. He must have ran it out.
And we can see the difference between the two. There's a lot of stoppages around the Waratah half-forward line, but when there's one at St Mary's, they generally get it out the back and have a shot on goal pretty quickly. So good defence from St Mary's.
Just looking down at the interchange, big Ryan Smith's come back with the Joel Selwood-style headband, saying, have a look at me, I've had my head taken off, but I'm going to come back out on the ground. As we're back on the outer wing, St Mary's moving it well here from that stoppage. McGrath chips over the top. Works well. Ball moves inside. Here's Barth. He winds up on the left. McFarlane being held onto. Umpire says play on. No, free kick. Free kick, so Bugler absolutely filthy there. Was definitely there, the free kick. Put the hands around McFarlane. And he'll line up.
Yeah, without Jack Musgrove in there, he's become the focus this week and lining up for his third and his 26th for the year.
So McFarlane. Kick underway. Didn't look like it was going to make the distance, but it did. Waratah's player. Oh, hold on, what's going on here? The goal umpire and the field umpire and the two boundary umpires just having a bit of a yarn. Not sure if all four are necessary. Yes, they are. It's a goal. So McFarlane gets another one here. St Mary's kicking away.
You see again there that ball movement inside. That's the depth that you need to get it inside. 1-on-1, obviously, Bugler got a little bit nervous and held on to McFarlane, who just got it over the line.
St Mary's 14-7-91, Waratah 5-6-36. 18 minutes played in the third quarter.
See big Ryan Smith there talking to his midfielders there, saying this is where I'm going to hit the ball and I'm going to hit it straight down your throat. So you'll see what happens here.
And for anyone that's played with Smithy, that's all he does, talk.
So ball on the deck, Barth wrapping that one up. Umpire's letting this roll out. And now he'll say it's my ball, boys. Throw this one up. So a bit of a lull here at the moment. Here's Smith. Nice looking tap, although sharked there. So ball pops out. They've worked it well. Oh, big hit over there. Fair though. Umpire says that's no worries. Play on. We're going to have another boundary. Sorry, boundary throw. A ball. A throw up. A throw up.
Well done, mate. Got there in the end.
Believable. Smith, beautiful tap down. And then fires up with a nice tackle. Kicks underway. Here's Paredes. A bit of time and space with a bullet to Geary. Beautiful kick from Paredes.
You called it there, Nick. The time and space that the St Mary's midfielders have been allowed to have really shows that Waratah midfield don't want to defend too much. Beautiful kick inside there.
Paredes and Bath have really racked up. I'd like to know how many touches both of them have had, but they've fed off Ryan Smith, but also their work rate and ability to push forward and use the ball. Nate Paredes has been fantastic with this ball use today and just set up Jackson Geary to have this shot on goal, and then he's let him down and put it right out of bounds on the full. So disappointing finish there. Back to the second quarter for St Mary's.
So average kick there from Geary's been very good today. Kick just letting him down. So Mosquito winds up. Ball pops out the back. And they're away. Although at St Mary's with John Ansteds does well. One take over to Rioli. He dances around a few, has a bounce, has two. Kicks long down the line. Who's this going to work out for? Bath, Clark, and a free kick for in danger by the looks of it.
Against Bath.
Yeah.
Bugler takes the ball across half back.
So Bugler moves it quickly. They're away here. Kicks inside 50. Smith with the fly. Here's Cantilla, the magician. Look at that. I don't mind it. Much needed goal for Waratah.
And like we've been speaking about all afternoon, the quicker they get it in there, one-on-one, Kimmy Cantilla very dangerous once that ball hits the deck. As soon as there's numbers back, he finds it a little bit harder. So I reckon with the score the way it is at 49 points, they need to roll the dice a little bit more like that.
Yeah, it's good to see him take the ball off, on in the middle there. I think it might have been Orville running through there. Just you saw tuck the ball under the arm, just take that 20 metres worth of run, and suddenly it turned into a 70-metre play. When you run the 20, you kick it the 50 and gets the ball in there nice and quick. And Kimmy Cantilla only needs 4 or 5 touches and he'll kick you 4 or 5 goals, but he hasn't had those opportunities today.
Waratah 6-6-42, St Mary's 14-7, 91, 22 minutes played in the third quarter. As we're back inside 50, they could do with another one here. Waratah, nice little dance. Umpires called a free kick. Going the way of Westerberg. So he'll kick from about 52 metres out. Cheeky there from Waddell, looking for a cheap handball. So Westerberg. Kick underway. Bit of distance on it, but he's pushed it to the left. So Waratah moved to 6-7-43. St Mary's 14-7-91. And they're away here. St Mary's pretty quick through Geary. Nice ball over the top through Clark's hands. That's Smith-Thompson. Rioli flies. Oh, good contest over there with Godden. So he looks to push it into forward, but Rioli cuts it off, plays on quickly, kicks inside 50, ball on the deck. Waratah at ground level, handball's out. Here's Mosquito. The running half back with a bit of... Although I was about to give him a big rap there, but he takes on Morris. Runs to the wing, kick underway. To Smith's fly. Cantilla goes without it. Good pick up from Cheek. Just a cheeky little kick around the corner there and goes out of bounds for a throw in.
We've seen that a couple of times from Cantilla today. Just really needs to body line the footy instead of sticking the one juke.
So Smith and Dylan Jones look to be going at it in the ruck. Smith again with the tap straight to Luke Bath. He runs into trouble, gets a handball out to Wilson. He takes off, gets tackled, turns it over. Does he? Tries to get it back. Waratah's at ground level with the numbers. Handball out here to Gooch. Gooch keeps it in. What's he doing, Gooch? He's done it right there. What's going on?
Field umpire is going to overcall the boundary umpire.
No, that was still in. That was just sitting right on the line, I think. By the looks of it, let's have a look here. The replay team. Good work by no. Oh, that did look to go out. Just bounce over a touch. So what are they going to do here?
Boundary umpire doesn't want to throw the ball in anyway.
Ah, look at this. I think the water boy is going to throw it in. Oh, no. Would have been good if that water boy threw it in. That'd be hilarious. No, Jimmy.
Delightful.
Some of his best work. Anyway, Smith, another nice tap to Geary. And then chopped off there by Waddell.
So they push Waddell back now too, so that's Bugler and Waddell back. And Westerberg looks to...
McMurtry over to Paredes. He's been outstanding today. Plays on quickly to the running Smith-Thompson. That gets chopped off. His anchors. Dances around a few. Nice looking kick to Bullis, although he can't grab it. Back to Wilson. I've got a sore neck. It's going up and down a bit. Nicky Yaring gets wrapped up. Umpire says play on.
Every day of the week, I thought.
Wilson, kick inside to Raph Clark. He puts it down, does well, gets it hands back to Wilson. He's with the kick off the side of the boot, and there it is. It's three-quarter time here at TIO Stadium. Waratah 6-7-43, St Mary's 14-7-91. We'll be back with the final quarter right after this. What a stinker.
Isn't that the new neighbour?
Yep, pretty sure she's from down south.
She arrived last week. Just had her windscreen broken by a falling coconut. No. I was at Jingly. Jingly! If she was with TIO, she'd be talking to a local. Might even be from Jingly.
Am I covered for coconuts?
And it's good to know. TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance offer the option of no excess for windscreen claims.
Jingly coconut curry.
Just a moment.
Yeah, the wait is over, baby. I'm about to blow your mind. Yeah. In Australia, a keg of Carlton Draft is changed every 46 seconds. Carlton Draft, it's that fresh, baby.
So we can feel earlier, feel together, real.
Kilonewton centrifugal force, infrared remote control.
How does he do it?
24.5 kilowatt diesel motor.
He doesn't just know how to operate every piece of Kennard's hire gear we get in, but also its service details and safety checks.
I don't know. It's as if he can hypnotise each piece.
Give me 2 passes with sauce. Coffee white with 1 bun with icing, no pink icing.
Yeah, no worries, Terry.
Another life saved with the Chemist Warehouse app. Take control of your health and wellness. Download now.
Are you overrun with rubbish and need a skip bin? For easy disposal from your garden cleanup, renovation or spring cleaning, when you think skip bins, think NTRS. NTRS, your friendly, reliable and local waste disposal company.
Welcome back to TIO Stadium. Final quarter about to get underway, but it's St Mary's in control here at the moment. But fellas, what do you make of the game so far, and who's been your best for St Mary's there, Jimmy?
I think the work of Paredes and Bath in the midfield have really set them up. I think the way that they've moved the ball and speed in which they've moved the ball has allowed them to be up by 48 points at three-quarter time.
Timmy, what's been the difference, mate? Because Waratah have been, the informed team of the competition of recent times. Is it that St Mary's, with a good, solid team in, is that they're that good, or what's happened to Waratah?
I think today St Mary's just look a bit faster at the moment. Their skills, like you saw it there in Anthony Wilson's hands there, just his ground skills just been fantastic. And if you're clean on the ground, it just makes yourself look a bit faster as well, I think. And Nicky Aaron sort of turned it on this quarter as well. We see him in the replay there, get a couple of goals that quarter as well. But I think their skill level to me has been the biggest difference. You see Waratah's try and switch the play. They've just been a little bit slow and enabled St Mary's to turn the ball over. But yeah, they've definitely got a good side in today. You throw a few other players back in there. I mean, Benny Rioli's another one who's not playing today. We can throw in the mix of a quality player to come back in as well. But they said this was going to be a big game for them, so we knew they were going to be ready. But just sort of wonder where Waratahs are seeing this game today.
Yeah, and as I was saying last week too, with the unfortunate news of Ty Martin Page from the Buffaloes, he's down in Perth, but he's being positive since this has all happened to him. If you're not aware what happened, he copped a hit to the head, unfortunately, and he's ended up down in Perth. So he's doing all he can to get the correct treatment that he needs. So they've set up the GoFundMe page. We plugged it last week. We're going to plug it again. They need as much money and help and support as they can, which the Darwin football community has done. So if you head over to gofundme.com/help Ty walk again, and you spell that Ty, just the TAI. So that's www.gofundme.com/help Ty walk again. Greetings to you, Ty. I know he's been sitting back in bed watching the NTFL on Southern Cross, and also live on the YouTube stream. So I hope you're doing well, mate, and we're all thinking of you. As we're back underway here at TIO, here's Mosquito. So long down the line, works out well. Godden pops it over top. Cantilla just out of his hands. Cheek gets onto a barrel. Dropped mark there from Bugler. He pops it over the top. Timmy Mosquito receives the handball. Goes back inside. Beautiful kick too. Handball to McDonald. And that one's chopped off by Geary, who's been everywhere today. It's a fit unit that covers the ground well. So he just goes long, just gave him a bit of a plug there, and he's just stunk it up. I've done real well there. Thank you, Mr. Geary.
And looks as though Waratah have got a positive intent this quarter, looking to move the ball really quickly, get it in, and put the St Mary's defence under pressure.
Here's Anchors from 52 out, off the side of the boot, and out of bounds for a throw-in. Looked like it went out of bounds on the full. But anyway, we'll have a boundary throw-in.
Yeah, it's definitely something you're seeing from the Waratah this year, that they will keep fighting, that they won't stop. They'll keep coming and they'll keep trying. There's obviously some belief in the club. They've had some fantastic wins this year, and they'll still be pushing for the score and for the goals this quarter, and it's something which Michael McLean, I'm sure, will be really happy with.
So, Cheek getting the ball over the fence there. Geary with the clearance. Clark had hands in his back. Umpire says play on. Bugler back inside 50 for Waratah. Doing all the early attacking. Rioli was a little handball over. It's all Waratah with the numbers. That is a throw. That is one of the best throws you'll see.
Bugler there just trying to do the nipple pass forward there, but got caught out, unfortunately.
Kanthari with a clever tackle there, causing the throw. McFarlane presents well, puts the mark down. Handballs over the top. It's like a boundary throw in from here. Ball on the deck.
Bit of friendly fire. McFarlane does well, spins out of a tackle. Morris with the handball. What's the umpire going to do here? He's going to ball it up. So a bit scrappy to start off this quarter, Timmy.
Yeah, no, it has been. It's just we've seen Waratahs have a bit of the ball early in the quarter, and it looks like Westerberg's gone back in the ruck. I think he came off during that third quarter. It looked like it might be a bit of a shoulder injury, but he's pushed through and he's back in there giving his team the first use of it if he can.
So Smith with the tap and with the headband to Rioli. He goes inside 50. Clark does well, uses his body well. What's he going to do? Plays on, snaps. Goal. Too easy. Way too easy here at TIO Stadium. St Mary's 15-7-97. Waratah 6-7-43. Just the 3 minutes played in the final quarter, Jimmy.
Yeah, and you said it was far too easy. The body work from Raf Clark, obviously very experienced player, but to not have a player on the line, and even the stoppage work, you know, to not have some defenders back there. Shannon Rioli easily walks around a Waratah player and hits up Raf Clark. So the defensive work of Waratah needs some work. I think they've let St Mary's off the hook there pretty easily.
Like how you work that, mate. Sounded really good. You should get into commentating.
See where this takes me.
Jimmy Driscoll on absolute fire here. The ball's thrown back up. Waratah with the clearance to half forward. So Wilson's down there for St Mary's. Nice handball. It's over to Geary. Holds onto that one. Anchor's held onto him a little bit too long. I said that's no dramas. A ball into the middle. Smith's with some handy body work. Kick outside, but Shanrioli's there. Allen from Waratah. He looks to move it quickly. Back inside 50. Paredes drops some mark. Good effort though. Raf Clark. He coughs it up. Nice little handball. Waratahs clear this one for now. Pops out the back. The mullet Smith demanding it. Ignores him. Goes long inside. Collie Hole with Long. Good battle that one. Long wins that one. Gets a handball around the side. His young Braith Hodges does well. Long. Crosses over to Cheek. St Mary's in control here.
Just a really experienced player, Jack Long. Really composed and got the ball out of there, no worries at all.
So Barth to Kanthari. Kanthari with a nice little Irish jig. Gives it off to Rioli. Heads inside. McFarlane does well. Taps it to his advantage, but straight over the line for a boundary throw-in as the lights come on here at TIO. We've done well, fellas, haven't we? That looks like it was going to absolutely storm down before, but we've done well so far.
Well, hopefully we don't have a repeat of last night for the girls after the game, but yeah, there might be a little bit of rain afterwards.
So for those of you watching at home, last night's footy got canned because of the lightning strike hit the one of the towers, I believe. Is that right?
Looked at 3 towers, I think. They only had 2 lights going, and yeah, they just couldn't see the ball.
Unbelievable.
And, there was a few puddles on the ground as well, but it's amazing once again how good the oval has come up today, though. When you think it got cancelled last night, and there's a couple of wet patches still on the ground, but it's in beautiful.
So Crocs and Nightcliff sharing the points, not 2 points each from last night. I've got the weekend off. So here's Wilson winding around on his right boot, looking for McFarlane. And at his feet, does well, handballs over the top. McGrath does well, does really well. Kick underway, and it's straight in the throat of Orville. He looks to move it quickly. This one going to stay in? Nah, out of bounds. That looks pretty deliberate from here. And they'll throw it up. Throw it in. Sorry, Jimmy.
You got them confused today, haven't you, mate?
You are the word police, my friend.
Interesting decision to go out that way. Waratah had the numbers out here, but turned and went out to the far side.
Fairly sombre bench there, watching Timmy Mosquito and a few of the boys there sitting on the bench with the Waratahs there. Just looked a little bit flat, probably a bit disappointed with what's happened today. Would have come in really confident after winning 3 of the last 4, and we'll go away a little bit disappointed from this result.
Luke Bath does well there, winning the free kick. Here's Raph Clark. Does well, although the dropped mark there from Yaron. Jennings. Good looking kick. Waratah's done well here to work it out of their back half. Abraham anchors. Hasn't been too bad today. It's a beautiful kick to Cantillo, although drops a mark. Umpire says play on. He's still there, standing there going, what's going on, pal? You got to hold on to them, big boy. So St. Mary's on the reload. Fly from Yaron, pops out the back. Kanthari with good pressure. McGrath on the deck and wins a free kick for a push in the back. Moves it quickly. Look who it is. Oh, Big Smith! Oh, he drops it! And he falls over! The double whammy, if you don't mind. Ah, Smith. Jeez.
He should just walk off after that, I think.
Yeah,
he's done.
We need the highlights reel. That's got a feature. I'm just looking at the director Levi now, just going, pal, where is that? And they're giving away a free kick. But as we go here, look at Smith. He goes, I've got this. No, I'm not. I'm going to stink it up. And then I'm going to fall over. Holy jibbers. Come on, Smith. You can't be doing that, pal. Maybe it's that headband.
Yeah, he might have a little bit of concussion because that was very giraffe-like.
That's something I would do. Anyway, put on the big boy.
Like Shannon Rioli might have a shot for goal after all that. Don't know what happened, but
I've got no idea.
We had a bit of fun.
Who cares? Look what Smith did.
Good luck, Shannon.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, for some reason he got a 50-metre penalty after a deliberate out of bounds. So
probably because they felt sorry for Smith.
Yeah.
Probably.
I'd be writing this one down. I don't think he'll miss this.
He's been very good today, Rioli.
That's definite.
That's definite.
Okay, let's see. Well done, hot shot. Hope he misses. So Rioli on the approach. Jimmy Driscoll backs him in. And he's missed it. So well done there, Jimmy Driscoll. Shannon, if you're watching this, watch the replay back. That was Jimmy's fault, clearly. So back underway. Here's Smith. Falls over the ball again. Ball pops out. That's holding the pill. Umpire says play on. That's McMurray. Hands out the side. Good tackle down there. Good strong work. Here's Raph Clark. Gets boots a ball to the top of the square. Kanthari tries to tap it over. So a lot of bodies flying everywhere here. Bugler does well. Gets handball out. And the kick over the top. If that goes, that is... Oh, no. Ball's coming back for holding the man from Big Smith. Jeez, he's having a bit of a stinker here the last few minutes, Big Smithy boy. Yeah, as we have a look here at the replay, no, it was against Rioli for holding the man. So, anyway, Waratah's looking to get back on the board. Smith's gone down again. I can't believe it. What's he doing?
I think I'd get him off and just leave him off, wouldn't you?
Well, I mean, you're up by this much. Surely they give the big fella a rest. He's had an outstanding game, but now he can't even keep his feet. Anyway, here's another Smith with the mullet, of the mullet variety. Heads to the top of the square. Big fly down there. Body's flying everywhere. Long does well. Geez, he's reliable back there for St. Mary's. Good inclusion. Here's Braith Hodges. What can he do? Just pops it over the top. Joshy Heath takes a good mark.
They've been really composed down back St. Mary's, and then finished well forward, except for Shannon Rioli on that last occasion.
Geez, I mean, before Christmas you go, St. Mary's aren't really going to feature very well in the finals there, Timmy. But the way they played today with a good team in, you know, they're up to their old tricks.
They win today, they're still right in the mix to get a double chance as well. This is, I mean, Tiwi had a great win this morning, or before this game, so they'll be pushing for the top 5 as well. So this could leave Waratahs even in 6th position after today.
Here's Smith, although he's fallen over again. Raph Clark on all fours. Oh, that's holding the pill. That is holding the pill, come on. Nah, umpire says play on, ball pops out. Here's McGrath with the snap, and it's through for behind. So just watching, I'm just going to watch Smith very closely for the rest of the game because I'm really enjoying his work. That ball gets kicked out, but it's straight down the throat.
Aaron.
Smith
Thompson. So he puts it back inside 50. Good looking kick. and just doesn't work out. Waratah's with the numbers, volleyball style. Smith looking for a free kick. Get on your bike, pal. Go and get the ball. Ball pops out half back. That's holding the ball. No, it's not. Umpire says play on. It's getting a bit scrappy here for the moment. Here's Wilson, the speed start. This is better. This is looking better. Luke Bath with the kick underway, but it's pushed it to the right. So another behind here. 15-10-100 are St Mary's. Waratah 6-7-43. 57-point lead to St Mary's. Well in control here. 13 minutes played in the final quarter.
And you spoke about the strength of the St Mary's team, but the positive too is they've got one 15-year-old out there, two 15-year-olds out there in Morris Rioli and Braith Hodges. So blooding some youngsters as well as a bit of experience.
Good Jukish hands there to Westerberg. McFarlane stands on the mark. Doesn't have much doing going up the field. Through Wilson's hands. Valejo. Good tackle. Here he gets... Oh, umpire said... Free kick. Yeah, Gooch. He's done well, Gooch, hasn't he? Jimmy?
He's a big Gooch. He's gone all right.
He's played every game this year, the young Nicholas Gooch, so he just gives 100% every week, and he's had a big job the second half trying to stand big McFarlane, and he's battled hard.
Smith with the fly has got a good vertical leap. As Smith for the Waratah variety. Ball pops out the back. Josh Heath, the little unit. Gets a handball out. Or a throw. I'd like to call that one. They're away here through Mendy. Cheek. Nice long kick to Nick Yarran. He plays on quickly. Pops the ball over the top. Too easy this Kanthari, although he just drops it. But they've moved it well, St Mary's. Kanthari gets on his bike, not his boat. Puts it to the top of the square. Smith in from the side. I don't mind it. Pay that umpire. I can't believe it. And then he throws it out. Gee, Smith, you are stinking it up these last 5 minutes, my friend. I love the man, but come on. You can't just throw it out, can you, Timmy?
Yeah,
they're the rules.
You cannot throw the ball in football, you're correct. But he's been penalised. But Hayden McDonald, he'll get the ball and he'll kick it. He'll kick it forward, and Waratahs will slowly get the ball out of the fence here.
He really let his teammates down there because the ball movement was superb from the back line, and yeah, if he had held on to that one and slowed it, would have been player of the day, I would have thought.
So Valejo mopping up, goes inside to Geary. He handballs over the top. Paredes, he's been everywhere today. Here's Shanrioli. Can he get a goal? Winds around. Morris Jr. with the kick to the top of the square. McFarlane flies. Offhand. Smith, what are you going to do, pal? You're just going to fall over, which he does. Ball pops out, and it's across the face. Gee, Smith's getting in the right areas, but just not finishing or capitalising on his good work, Jimmy.
Oh, I think they've tried to hide him forward, and the ball keeps coming to him.
No, he's done very well today, Big Smith.
He set it up for him early.
He has. He's been absolutely outstanding. As Nicky Yarran centres the ball to McFarlane. Gets the kick over the shoulder, does well. It's all Waratahs. Oh, the big boys, the big angry redheads drop the pill. It's popped out the side. But plenty of numbers for Waratah. Through Jared Hay.
Very lucky there, Bullis. He nearly let St Mary's back into it.
Sure did. McGrath charges in there. Umpire says that's no worries. Cantilla out of his hands. Anstez. Josh Cheek, another man that's been absolutely outstanding today. Long with that left boot across the face of goal. Risky kick, but pays off. To Heath. He moves it quickly to Mendy. Here's Geary. All these names have been absolutely outstanding today. And have a look at that for a chiseler. And guess who it is? He's been absolutely outstanding today. All those names, bang, 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 bang. We're down at full forward, big boy.
It was pretty hard to find too many players in the Waratahs who have actually won their position. I think there's, we looked through the St Mary's side today. A few guys have really stood out, but in general, they've all just been fantastic. Paredes has been great. I think Bath's been very good through the midfield as well, but yeah, it's been a very good performance here by St Mary's and very ominous for all the other clubs.
Paredes gets one. All St Mary's here today. Been absolutely outstanding. 16, 10, 106.
Yeah, and I think you look here, the way that they move the ball, Jack Long, beautiful kick of the footy. They've used the open space all day and run into it really hard. You see the midfielders work back, and then they've got plenty of space forward. Kick from Geary was superb. So, really solid team effort, as you said, boys.
That is from Bendigo way, from where I hail from, Timmy. How do you reckon you'd go with those dreadlocks in this stinking heat?
Well, I remember last match we did a few weeks ago, he was changing every quarter, must have been with the breeze, but I think he's enjoyed the cooler conditions today, so
yeah,
nicer, but would have been a bit chilly down.
So here's Bullis with the kick to Cantillo, that used his body well and took the mark. Beautiful body work there from Cantillo. Kept Cheek out of the contest there, Jimmy.
Yeah, he's lining up for his third, but I'd say Cheeky's one on the day. He's dropped a couple of marks, and if he had held them and kicked 3 or 4 more, it could have been a lot more interesting.
Smith just demanded the mark. That has done absolutely nothing, because Cantilla's got that one. They get their 7th. 7-7-49, the Waratah to St Mary's. 16-10, 106. Could have been a free kick to Geary there. Bullis held on to him a bit too long, but anyway, that's all in the past now.
It is, and as Timmy mentioned earlier, Kim Cantilla only needs 3 or 4 touches and he'll kick you 3 or 4 goals. So, yeah, to have kick 3, it's not too bad, and Josh Cheek certainly has held his own.
I like this. Smith in the middle. Seen him for a while. Ball's thrown up. Smith with the good tap down. The advantage of Paredes. And he's been done for holding the ball. Advantage paid. Waddell. Nice kick to Cantilla. He gets on his bike. Fakes around. Clever kick back inside. Should have put the foot down there. Here's Smith. Nice big kick to the top of the square, but no one home, just Cantilla. 2 St Mary's players. Oh, he's done well, Cantilla here. He keeps his feet, keeps the ball in front. Bullis pulled off the ball. Here's Luke Bath. Kicks to a 2-on-1. Ball pops over the top. McDonald back inside 50, and it's back in the hands of Smith, and he points straight to the goal and says, I'm going to dob this one.
See young Braith Hodges down with a little bit of cramp at the moment. Bit more heat in this game than under 16s or under 18s than he's used to.
He's done well, the little fella, today. His old boy Andrew Hodges would be very proud of him making his debut. Anyway, here's the big mullet. Goes bang. Looks pretty good off the boot. And Smith can't touch that one. Waratah get another late goal here at TIO. Move to 8-7-55 to 16-11, 107 St Mary's.
Yeah, all of his goals are going to be important as the season goes on, with the competition being so tight from 3rd down to about 7th position. So just that little bit of percentage, and also that tie they had a few weeks ago will be handy later on in the year. But Jimmy Smith, he's kicked a couple of goals, maybe 3 goals today, I'm not sure, but yeah, just haven't had the opportunities which they would like to. But yeah, he only has a few steps and just lets rip. So very strong hamstrings there, I believe, and just he slots them through.
Yeah, he's got a really good leg on him, that long distance. He's confident too, which is what I like. He just goes back and points at the goals. Anyway, I didn't kick enough of them today. Look at the score.
Yeah, but I think if they can get the ball in his hands a little bit more, he'll be a lot more dangerous.
Good point, Jimmy. Like your work. Might have you back next week the way you're going. Anyway. Kicks inside 50. Here he is again. The flying mullet. Pops over the back. Look at this. Don't mind it. Bang. Gets 2 in a row. Celebrates. Don't know what he's celebrating for, but he still does it anyway. So Waratah moved to 9-7-61. St Mary's 16-11, 107.
Yeah, McMurtry should probably just let himself down a little bit there. He's been very good today, probably one we haven't spoken much about, but he's been that loose player a lot of the afternoon across half-back for St Mary's, and if we see the forward line coming through here, just made good position there. Probably didn't have the voice from behind him maybe, but if he brought the ball forward there, probably would have ran away with it, but Sammy got and wrapped it up around the bottom there. Jimmy Smith had a good jump at it. Cheek just got through his legs and got to run into a nice open goal and just made sure of it by booting it right into the Mock-along centre. So well done, Jimmy Smith.
He just stuck his hand up and then realised he was sticking his hand up and brought it straight down.
Yeah.
You have a look on that replay there, Jimmy. I can't believe you said that about him. Anyway, back
when
in the
you're 7
middle.
goals down, you don't really need to be celebrating those ones.
No. What's this? Smith's... oh, no. So I thought it was a free kick to Smith. I was going to say pay him 50 and he might get a goal, the big boy. Oh, look at this. He's got it. And he's taken the mark. And it ends up in the bloke that was probably best on ground for St Mary's, except for those last 10 minutes. But it's St Mary's 16-11, 107 to Waratah 9-7, 61. St Mary's had control most of the game, Jimmy.
Yeah, they sure did, and we saw the speed and the ball use inside the middle that really set it up for them.
And who was your BOG, Timmy?
Yeah, I think we spoke about the boys late in that quarter there, but obviously Big Smith, he was when the game had to be won, he was very good early in the game, did all the right stuff, and he obviously fed the boys around the midfield there, like Lukey Barth, Nate Paredes, fed off his work, but great all-around performance by St Mary's. So
it's full-time here at TIO Stadium. Thanks for joining us this week. It was Waratah's 9-7-61 to St Mary's 16-11, 107. We'll see you next week.